Tyrese, can you walk us through kind of the wrist issue and how you were feeling playing through it?
Um, it's just a sprained wrist. I mean, it was tape. I got out there, I was able to play, so I'm not here to say like anything about it. My wrists is good.
Tyrese, coming off of the experience last night, how much was fatigue a concern and then a factor in the first half today? Something you were able, obviously, to fight through, all of you guys.
It's basketball. I mean, we knew what it was before we even came to this game. We knew we had to take care of our bodies. Every team had to play 3 games in 3 days, so we can't sit here and use that as an excuse or anything. Yes, it was a slow start. We ended up rallying back, but we just weren't tough enough at the end to be able to finish plays and execute on offense.
Adama, can you speak to kind of what happened at the end there with you guys not being able to score in the last minute before you won particularly?
Yeah, at the end, I don't know what happened, but we didn't have I think we lose focus a little bit. In the defense, we were not running back on defense, and I think we lose focus a little bit, and we did a lot of mistakes at the end. So I think we're gonna go back, watch the film, and see what happened, so we cannot do the same mistake in the future. Yeah.
How do you guys come out of this feeling about the fight you put up, though? Just feeling about your team in general, even though you didn't get the result you wanted?
That's our identity. I mean, so that's just who we are. We're gonna fight. That's every game, but it wasn't enough at the end of the game to be able to come out on top like we wanted to. So we got to be able to maintain the same fight that we had in the end of the first half and maintain that through the whole game.
Okay, guys, thanks.
Dan, the last, I think it was 3 minutes, y'all were 1 for 9 from the field. Was there anything in particular? Did they do something different, or something you guys stopped executing at the end that you couldn't pull off?
I mean, there was obviously some, just some mistakes that we made that really cost us. And again, I'm not sure what the timeline is, but I think you're up 5, and I think Andre missed his second attempt at. This was post-lane violation, and I'm not sure what the time was at that point, but you obviously missed that free throw and committed over the back. So instead of being up 6 and now them having to use a lot of clock, you committed over the back up 5, and now you're up 3, and no time has kind of gone off the clock. So their 5-man beat us down the court to score a critical 3-point play, which should never happen. Tyrese is listen. Tyrese was great today, but he's got to finish that. He's got to finish that play at the rim there. For us, but listen, it was to beat a Michigan State team. You cannot make those mistakes down the stretch.
Sorry.
Danny, the
I
threes.
was done.
The two possessions at the very end, when you were down 1 looking to take the lead and then down 3 looking to tie, Tyrese got stripped.
Yeah.
Jalen missed. What were the different options in those 2 possessions that you were hoping to explore?
Yeah, we wanted to put Tyler in kind of the help corner and get Tyrese the ball at the top of the key, and try to go high-low to Adama. Down 1, try to get something, into that guy, and then if he couldn't post feed it, then Tyrese, who was our second best guy tonight overall, we wanted him to try to get to the rim, rip it and try to finish big at the rim, and he just threw, like when you play Michigan State or Villanova, just teams that are in the right spots defensively. He kind of telegraphed that post pass, and then and then the down 3, we wanted to try to open up the court and just let the point guard get that flat ball screen at half court. And we wanted Jalen just to really like make a beeline for the front of the rim. And then, have our corner wings kind of, peel off of him. If he couldn't get to the rim, pitch it and try to get a quick two. But Jalen just couldn't get it going downhill, and then panic set in.
Big picture, Dan. I mean, these two sensational games that you've just played, you must be very proud. I mean, even you got beat today, but I mean, 3-point shooting probably did you in too, right? Yeah,
we missed a lot, and credit those guys. I mean, those guys play great defense. They're a great defensive team. I mean, they make you, they make you pay for any mistake you make. Michigan State. So I expected to be, we expected to be playing tomorrow, versus, in the championship game here. So, at UConn, that's no, there's I think big picture with the season. I think, it's a great learning experience for us. But UConn comes to tournaments, they expect to play in the championship.
Dan, Tom said that they wanted to make sure that they guarded the three, like when you pick your poison, so to speak. Did you like the looks you got from three, or was just not knocking them down versus yesterday? I felt like there were some big threes, but they were clean looks, maybe more than today.
Yeah, I thought like RJ could have had probably could have shot 5. I think Tyler, he got spooked a little bit in the first half. He missed a couple and, a couple good looks, and, he didn't stay aggressive firing. Obviously for, as good as these freshmen are, as good as a Max Christie is, and as good as a Jordan Hawkins is, when you play at a game the level of our two teams, freshmen tend to look really ordinary early in the season. I mean, those are two high-level young wing guards with big-time pro potential, and they, one guy went 1 for 5, the other guy, their guy went 1 for 9. So it was a physical defensive struggle. I thought we took the appropriate amount of threes. I wish we could have made 6 of them. We would have won.
You guys had another slow start today. I know that's been a concern all season. Obviously, coming off a game like yesterday, I'm sure didn't help. Did you see fatigue as part of that, especially on offense, and what kind of happened for you guys to finally get rolling in the second half?
Yeah, just, I think they started obviously with more energy, and I think that was, a little bit expected. You could put the recovery boots on and drink as many Gatorades as you want. When you have the type of game we played yesterday, it takes you a little bit to like wake up, like, oh wow, this is these guys are playing with unbelievable pace. I mean, they were on top of us quickly, and they were playing at a much different pace. They were quicker to the ball. They were quicker down the court. I mean, they had fresher legs, than we had, and obviously, not having, Isaiah, hurt some too.
I think coming off the halftime, you even had to tell the guys run off the court. It's like one of those things you're talking about with just trying to fight through after yesterday.
Yeah, I again, we surged. We surged late. I just, we had those couple plays, I think, that unnerved us there. Again, you have that swing, like you're looking at a chance to go up 6 on a made second attempt at a free throw, and then without any time off the clock, it's 3. A play like that's a little bit unnerving. You get a chance to finish at the rim. You don't. You kind of like knock the ball out of each other's hands. You're stuck in a short clock. RJ gets in a flat ball screen. He probably should have tried to do more. He threw it back, and then we threw it in the post, and Adama shot an out of the area, jump hook that led to the run out. We just, we made mistakes down the stretch of the game that cost us a chance to play in the championship.
You probably don't want to talk about the call towards the end, but you went after the guy pretty good. Would you, in regular season, back in a conference game in the States, are you going to get away with that? I mean, you kept going after him.
That's a tough call. I mean, I watched it. It's a jump ball, so I don't, yeah. I mean, listen, we lost because we made a lot of mistakes, and Michigan State did not. They made the plays, but yeah, I mean, I don't understand what happened there.
Dan, I think you were 3 for 18 to start. Is that where you see fatigue usually with early jump shots not going in?
You know, I think their defense, it took us a while. Those guys are in the right spots. I mean, those guys are incredibly well-schooled defensively. So, and it was a different type of defense than we saw yesterday. It was more in gaps and a lot of bodies in the paint, and it was more physical and less like athletic and aggressive. I just think it took us a little bit of time to get adjusted to how they were guarded.
I think you said after yesterday's game, all we can do now is wake up and let it rip. What do you say to the guys now? They're clearly down about this. How do you just regather yourselves and play a very meaningful game tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, we got to be ready to go. You know, we'll watch a bunch of, you know, both our potential opponents. You know, we've got to take care of business tomorrow. You know, we've got to, you know, coming out here, obviously we're not going to get exactly what we want, but we better leave here 2-1. So, I mean, there's, you know, it's a long, you know, I mean, we're all disappointed, but, you know, we're going to have to turn the page. We played really, really hard. We made some execution mistakes down the stretch of the game. It wasn't a lack of effort. It wasn't a lack of guys giving their best. We just, you know, Michigan State's, you know, really, really good, and we blew it.
Before, I know.
Yeah, Dan, was Isaiah really itching to play today? Did he kind of put up a protest, and do you expect him to go tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, where we got jammed up today was, you know, we had obviously preparation time last night, and then we had a ballroom shoot around, and then I didn't really find out that he wasn't playing until, you know, probably about an hour before tip-off. So we didn't have much time to prep anybody for, you know, because he's our starting 4, and he's our backup center, and we really had no one that knew the 5 spot. So we weren't able to keep guys as fresh as we would have needed to keep them the day after playing that marathon game. So you know, he shouldn't have played, but I wish we could have got some, like, the medical people involved, like yesterday, and, you know, kind of declared him out, because then we would have had a little bit more time to, you know, prepare for him being out, which obviously hurts us, especially against a Big Ten team.
Before obviously some execution mistakes at the end, Tyrese just had a really big game, really timely baskets, and obviously was playing through the wrist issue. So how did you see him just kind of step up in those moments?
Yeah, really coming on. I think there's room for him to even get better. To even get better. I think he missed on, you know, converting some other things around the basket, which could have even had a bigger game. Obviously, RJ, you know, getting that 3rd foul, you know, hurt a little bit. Probably, you know, needed, you know, him down the stretch in the last two minutes, you know, to be out there, you know, creating something. You know, a lot of that last 2 minutes is, you know, his guards getting in space and making plays, and, you know, getting in the paint or making a big shot. So, but I liked what, you know, Tyrese did.
Yeah, just to clarify, is Isaiah, do you think he can play tomorrow, or we're not sure until tomorrow?
I'm not sure, because again, yesterday it was, I'm not sure. I don't want to answer that question.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank